Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust. I got my smexy voice on. So this is for July 30th, Saturday, July 30th. If you're watching in real time, but it also can be for any time you stumble upon it. This weekend, I'm going to do the smexy decks that I have. So, time to bring out the sexy now. This could be a little bit NC-17, but I'm going to try my best to get around the very explicit cards, just saying, mostly because the thumbnail, I won't be allowed to have an explicit thumbnail unless I do some kind of fun, fancy censor board sign or something like that. We'll see by the end of this video. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's start off with the tarot sexual magic. Sexual magic. Oh, okay. I was like, why is it spelled funny over here? Okay, because it's in a different language. And this is Lo Scarabeo. Of course, in Italy, they're not worried about nudity and stuff like that. And I edged this in hot red. And when I say edge, I mean colored the edges of the deck. This one's a happy card, okay? All right, let's give it a good shuffle. Also, the definitions in the book are kind of interesting. And so it's called sexual magic because there's kind of something related to each card that will bring upon some magic for you. Okay. I wonder, I better double check this. Oh, I don't think I put it in order. Most likely I did not. I will look at it real fast. Okay, it's not in any, I didn't put it. Sometimes when I store my cards, I will put them back in the original suits. Let's see one more time. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Cross his fingers that they're... Okay, this one. That's kind of nice. And that's nice too. Okay. Let's get a little zoom in. Maybe we'll take an alternative. No? Let me see. No. There. This will be our alternative. All right, and I'll read the one behind it, but this will be my thumbnail for you guys, okay? In this deck, the Five of Pentacles is very sweet, and it's one of my favorites. When I do use this deck a lot for private readings when it comes to, especially Twin Flame Firsts, and when this comes out in Twin Flame First, I get very excited because it's all about completeness. The magic of the rose and the violin. So the magic of the rose and violin is the part of the magic of this particular tarot, the sexual tarot and sexual magic. And you can't give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. So this makes me feel like even if you may feel in a love situation, like especially twin flame situation, that has like a law of its own, like the law of the universe governs it, and your 3D world sometimes has too many challenges. I feel like this is saying that you can't give up on this because you have mission work to do. You and your person, the person that you're connecting with, have a mission together. You're two parts of a whole, and that's what this completeness means. You're two parts of a whole and you have a mission together. All right, so now I'm gonna look and see how that relates to the card underneath. And under that we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is, in that image, is sort of dominating or domineering, maybe. It's in, okay, I'll just show it for some of you and then we'll just have to rate this. But so it's almost like there's one feminine here that's submissive, and there's another feminine maybe that's, I don't know, she could be just an observer, she could be somebody important to the king, and it gives me a little bit of third-party energy, but it's the King of Swords. So all King of Swords represent this masculine who is of air signs, possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who's of the mental, intellectual realm, and also who may have a bit of defensiveness about them and may like order in their particular way. So the King of Swords in that picture represents the word fondling. If you got to go look at it, maybe I'll have to rewind, but and it's the magic of the black orchid, the flower. It's saying love is made of strength. True love is capable of going beyond strength, and there's different kinds of strength. And it makes me feel like it's kind of more like the strength card, that strength is not just in aggressiveness. Strength is also in abstaining and controlling yourself. So I feel like there could be a divine masculine here. I'm feeling that kind of connection, but it could also be just a romantic connection with anybody in particular. But I feel like there is somebody who's trying to control their feelings or control their emotions and not let themselves get carried away. And then this card is kind of like the universe saying, don't let this happen, because this is your mission. This is what you need to do. So the Nine of Wands is about connecting. We have the birds here. We have a beautiful, loving couple taking time out. Nine of Wands normally represents the wounded warrior, but here it's called caressing. And this is the magic of the three little birds. So you can see little birds flying around. Here's two right there, and then there's one flying around. And when a situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. So that suspended feeling can't last forever. Whenever you're met by a crossroads and you have to make a decision, standing there not making a decision is also a decision, and it can't last forever. That kind of energy of not moving is just going to start going inward and end up being bad for your health. If you're not being true to yourself, then you're changing, or something's going on with your insides, and it could lead to all kinds of physical issues and mental issues. So not being true to yourself, or not being authentic, and not going with your desires and your needs at times can be against the flow. Sometimes when you push against the flow so much, you're so doubled down and so entrenched in your belief system, or what you think you should do, then you end up hurting yourself more than you would if you let go and kind of go with the flow better. So I feel like in a weird way, these are all kind of spiritual images and messages for what this loving couple needs to work on. And I think that caressing, touching, holding each other is a good thing. And it could also portend to moving out of this phase of thinking about it and into the phase of actually doing it, holding each other, looking at each other, communicating, feeling each other's energy. And then the Knave of Wands is very nice progression from just caressing, and then we have abandon. And this is the magic of the olive branches. Olive branches are symbolic of of giving peace. It was like, it's almost surrender. It's almost saying, okay, take me away. Calgon, take me away. It's surrendering to the beautiful feeling and energy you have with the person, because there's nothing like it in the whole world. The eccentricities of character do not necessarily lend to unreliability. You must look beyond appearances to see the essence of the feelings. And then for some of you, maybe have been judging a book by the cover or the outer circumstances before you surrender to the connection or surrender. Actually, I feel like some of you have been at arm's length, and when you get close enough where you're sitting on somebody's lap, or you get close enough where you're looking into somebody's eyes, when you get close enough where you may be kissing and touching, then you realize, oh, I do have an amazing passionate attraction to them, and it just builds and grows and grows and grows. Sometimes we don't recognize that feeling if we're just standing 6 feet apart from each other, just looking at somebody. Sometimes you'll feel the person across the room, right? And maybe that's what we keep imagining. I'll know him, or I'll know her, even if she's across the room. But this could take a little bit more than that. This could take, okay, you got the eye contact, maybe. You got a kind of curiosity going. But once you really touch each other, that's it. You just know. And that's what propels you into the next phase of your connection. So, all right, for some of you this weekend or this particular day, or this is a sign saying when this love comes around, don't just ignore it. If this person piques your interest, it might be something. There might be something there. There might be something deeper. If you're involved in a twin flame connection, don't give up on it. Hold it in your heart. There could be an actual physical meeting coming up where you can actually caress each other, touch each other, and then you'll see what it's all about. So it may not happen exactly on this day that you're watching it, but I think this is a good omen. This is a positive sign. This is also a sign for you to remember, remember this, remember what it is that you have here. All right, so I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.